So, welcome back to this week's What If. Again, coming from Brandon Whitman, who gives us the what if Vegito never unfused. So, as we know with Dragon Ball Super, if you keep up with Dragon Ball Super, they retconned the Potara air fusion. What it is now is if you are not a Kai, the fusion only lasts an hour. And by the way, don't think I'm not going to basically do a what if they had the Potara earrings or the fusion dance from the beginning. I got those planned along down the line. I'm having fun thinking up the combinations of fusion characters and what their powers are and stuff. That's fun for me. So yeah, don't think I don't have those waiting down the pipeline. But yeah, so that's technically the reason now that we know Vegito unfused when he got inside Majin Buu. But let's say for sake of sake that he didn't unfuse. What would happen? Well, it would still play out that he gets absorbed by Buu, but he had this energy veil up where he didn't actually get absorbed by Buu. He did it on purpose. So now he's there, he's going around, he's looking for the others. He eventually finds Trunks, Goten, Piccolo, and even the normal Buu. He finds normal Buu there. So it's like, and having the Goku in him, he can tell that seeing that he's been absorbed, maybe something happened. So he frees them. Super Buu is, tries to be as like, you, and tries to fight him, but Vegito completely and utterly wrecks Super Buu's shit, frees them. They all are now freed from Majin Buu. Turns into Kid Buu. Kid Buu's about to destroy the planet. But let's also be clear. Buuhan is actually the strongest form of Majin Buu we've ever seen in the DBZ universe. Kid Buu is not as strong as Buuhan, because Buuhan has absorbed Goten and Trunks, Piccolo, Gohan, and the vast majority of the entire planets. So, yeah, he was far stronger than Kid Buu. Kid Buu is the original form of Majin Buu and is vastly superior to Fat Buu. But I think Goku even said, and I think it's where when I did the power level scaling, or the power level videos numbers, I basically did that as a reference that Kid Buu, Gohan marks that Kid Buu is roughly about twice as strong as Fat Buu was. But Kid Buu is the most dangerous because he's the most volatile. But that being said, my Vegito, just like as Buu is about to destroy the planet, is like, nope, boom, and just defeats and incinerates Kid Buu. So Kid Buu's gone. So now that's taken care of. They wish everyone back. Everything goes happy honky dory. So now we move forward. Now, this is where it's going to get this definitely is where it's going to get tricky. Now, if you've ever read DBZ Multiverse, it's a fan-made manga, or Doshin, as I believe it's called, where it's detailing a what-if scenario where a lot of multiverses came to be, it's basically a multiversal tournament. And in that scenario, one of the universes, Vegeta never unfused, and they had Bra. Now, Bra is obviously the daughter of Vegeta and Bulma, but in that universe, he's the daughter of Vegito and Bulma. I do think Vegito and Bulma would still hook up. Now, I think they would probably try to reach some balance with the relationship between Chi-Chi, Bulma, and Vegito, because it's still technically their husbands into one man now. But, that being said, I do think, because I think it's just, they have Goten and Gohan, so they have Trunks, they need one more kid, so I think that kind of happens. Brawl still comes to be. But, being Vegito, he's still going to be training, he's still Vegeta and Goku. One of the things he's going to be doing often is training. So he's going to be training, and I do believe he will increase his power from this point. He's going to be doing gravity training and training on King Kai, the planet, things along those lines. Now, when Beerus wakes up and comes, Vegito will be on Kai's planet, and King Kai says, Vegito, you need to get in there right now. It's like, oh, what's the vision? Just get in the house and shut up. Lord Beerus. It's like, well, hello, North Kai. How are you doing? I'm more curious about that Saiyan you're harboring. It's like, Vegito, get out here. And that right now, hearing Vegito name, not Vegeta or Goku, which he thought he'd heard, that raised an eyebrow. And he sees this guy. He's like, you look similar, but your power is far greater than any of the Saiyan I've been told about. It's quite actually obvious why you could beat Frieza. It's like, well, actually, see what happened is, and then he briefly says, I see. So the Kais had to use those earrings to defeat some pink destruction baby. It's like fascinating. It's like, so hey, how about we have a spar then? It's like, I hear your god destruction. How about we have a spar? It's like, really? In all my years, I haven't had such a proposal. Why not? So now let's be clear. Vegito is fast. And I also don't believe Goku his power level really went up at all between the end of Z and the beginning of Super where he fought Beerus. Which also makes sense. Like, it's hard to see how you could beat him in how you are now, because I would imagine Beerus would know Frieza's full power of 120 million. It's a little spoiler. I put Goku somewhere around the 100 million mark by the end of Super, or by the end of Z. So he's not as strong as Frieza. But, that being said, Vegito is Goku times Vegeta in terms of power. So, if we factor that in, let's just do the math real quick. Goku would be somewhere around the realm of 40 billion at Super Saiyan 3. And at that point, Beerus was more than capable of just one-shotting him with a fraction. Even if he's using, let's say, less than 1%, like 1.1, like 0.1% of his power, or 0.1% of his power. Goku said at 0.1% of his power, and I'm estimating that percentage he's using, he wasn't even sure him and Vegeta fused, and we have to assume he's referring to Vegito there, could beat him. And when I did that calculation, and I saw Totally Not Mark's video for that, and it was a good video. But here's the thing. Because Super illustrated a really good little catch-22 on that I don't think Goku's necessarily referencing Super Vegito. I think he might be fully referencing the full power of Vegito at Super Saiyan 3. Because we know that Vegito shares not just unique abilities, but all the abilities of the two people. He's got the Big Bang Attack. He's got the Kamehameha. He's got the Instant Transmission. It stands to reason he could probably actually use the Kaioken too. So, we have to assume that he actually could go Super Saiyan 3 at that point. But we also have to assume that if we're talking about full-powered Vegito, Goku doesn't think even full-powered Vegito could beat Beerus at that level. But assuming Vegito has grown stronger, at this point, let's assume that he has grown stronger. So he's already far beyond Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He's literally like millions of times stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So that fight would probably still go about the same. Though I feel like Beerus would actually be trying a little bit now. Just I see you're definitely far more stronger. Then he does the boom and then karate chops Vegito. But Vegito's, I think, strong enough to actually he's definitely hurt. But it's like, oh man, it's like, my, that's impressive. It's been a long time since anyone's actually survived more than one or two hits from me. It's like, yeah, well, guess what? I've still got reserves. Oh, that's right. I heard you're capable of transformations. It's like, yeah, this is my first form, Super Saiyan. But having actually taken the beating the first go-around, he decides, no, it's like, and this is Super Saiyan 2. And then he decides to go Super Saiyan 2. Now, at Super Saiyan 2, with a stronger Vegeta than what we had in the canon, I think let's assume that he actually maybe can at least compete with 0.1% Beerus. Let's say he can actually do that. And now he actually comes in and just, and maybe Beerus dodges again, but Vegito is like, and then boom, smash into Beerus' face. Just, oh! And Beerus actually felt that. It's like, and Larry would say, it's like, that's impressive. I actually felt that. And then, starts fighting a little bit. Beerus is actually having some fun for a change. Vegeto's clearly on the losing side, but Vegeto's also having fun because he's having a really good fight for once. Even though he knows he's losing, he's like, tell me, is this all the power you have? I'm saying I can go one step further than this. And then just goes, and then Super Saiyan 3 Vegito comes and says, gotta admit, though, this power's not gonna last very long, so I might as well use it. And then Beerus just gets that almost a sadistic, it's like, oh, this is going to be fun. And then just, they go at it again. This time, Vegito initially has the advantage as Beerus is still using the 0.1% of his power. Vegito would probably be about 1.4% of his power at this point. So, 0.4% of his power. So, yeah. So, Vegito even gets a good shot. It's like, and then they both give a smile. But it's like, well, I have to admit, this has been the most fun I've had in eons. But it's time to go see about this Super Saiyan God. But keep training, Saiyan. I wouldn't mind fighting you again someday. And then, what? It's like, what? And then just goes full 1% and just boom, just blasted you, and Vegito's just knocked out. It's like, it's like, did we learn a lesson, Vegito? You better hope nothing pisses him off on that planet. And then the shit goes awry like always. Boo does the pudding thing. Beerus is, upset about this. Wants the pudding. Is about to blow everything up. And then Vegito comes in. And I still don't know how to get a Super Saiyan God. I get Shenron, talk about how to make a Super Saiyan God. Here's the issue that we're gonna overlook kind of for this fight because there's a few, or kind of for this video because there's a few ways around it. Without Vegeta, there's no real way to make Super Saiyan God complete. But let's say, for the sake of say they're able to bring a sixth Saiyan in, or another Saiyan in the fold. Like let's say Tarble actually exists. Even though I don't think he technically does. But let's say, for sake that they're able to get that. We have Super Saiyan God Vegito now. Now, just because he's millions of times stronger than Goku in Super Saiyan 3 doesn't mean his God form is millions of times stronger than that. Doesn't mean he's going to immediately be stronger than Beerus or anything like that. I do fully believe that he is vastly stronger than Super Saiyan God Goku. So, assuming that Super Saiyan God Goku, and we have to do this percentage-wise at that point, because Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10 Goku didn't necessarily worry Beerus to the point they thought he would lose, but he was so immensely shocked by the amount of power Goku was putting out. So you'd have to put Goku somewhere in the 4 to 5% range at that point. So that means Super Saiyan God Goku is somewhere in the realm of maybe like 1 to 2%, because Super Saiyan Blue is stronger than Super Saiyan God. Initially, I think Vegeta would be like in the 5% realm of, he'd already be like Super Saiyan Blue Goku from the get. By the end of the fight, because he's just so much stronger, I think he would actually maybe hit at most, and I mean this is really giving him some leeway here. I think he would hit like the 10% marker of Beerus' power, to which Beerus would be ecstatic that he'd have someone this strong to go up against, and the fight would be something akin to what we saw in Dragon Ball Super and Battle of Gods, but Vegeta would be getting a lot more solid hits in, and would be far stronger in the sense of actually dealing some damage to Beerus. But Beerus would still win. Vegito would be like, darn, I lost, but then they'd let Earth live because he's interested in Vegito. So, moving on to the Resurrection F. Goes to train with Whis, unlike Super Saiyan Blue, training with that. Then we hear that Frieza's come back. He uses his instant transmission because he's stronger. He doesn't even need to focus that much. He can sense power, and then comes in and say, and then what? Who are you? I'm waiting for Goku. I'm waiting for Goku. Where is Goku? It's like, where is that filthy monkey? It's like, right here, Vegeta, right here, Frieza. It's like, wait, you sound like him and what is this? It's like, oh yeah, and then they again explain, like, oh, so now I get the joy of killing Vegeta and Goku. Oh, what joy! I'll go full power from the start. Yeah, and then goes full power, and Vegeto's just kind of bored. Frieza can't compete. Frieza really was on the losing side of the base form fight with Goku. He against Vegito just and then say, but you think this is all? What happens when a prodigy trains? And then his full power Golden Frieza emerges, who was initially stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku. But I'd say at that point he is stronger than Vegito, but not by like let's say Vegito is a 10. Golden Frieza may be about 50% strong. They say he ranks as a 15. So now he's on the losing fight. Vegeta's still like, come now, is this all you have? Is this all you have, monkey? And then he's like, no, this is all I have. Yeah, and then Super Saiyan Blue Vegito emerges and wrecks shop with Frieza. Not even a full power Super Saiyan Gold Frieza at that point would be able to top a Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. So now he just wrecks his shit, does the 1-inch punch move, which was awesome. And just, wrecks his shop. But difference is, when he gets that laser blast, I actually don't think it puts Vegito down, because Vegito is that much stronger than the other guy, than Goku. And honestly, I'm going to actually retract what I said. I'm going to put him at about 5% fully of Beerus' power because of the Kaioken thing. Because we know the Kaioken's coming. But that being said, it doesn't put him because he's so much stronger. He just instead blasts that guy away and then blasts Frieza away for being, a cheating bastard. So they save the Earth. That all happens. Now, the Universe 6 tournament is where it's going to change up a bit. Because Vegeta's not there. Goku's not there. It's Vegito. So we have Vegito. We got Piccolo. We have Boo. We have Monaka. And we have... who would be the last member? I'd say it still actually would probably be Gohan. I think Gohan would still be the last member of the team. So the way the fight breaks out initially is Goku versus Botama. Or Vegito versus... Well, actually, no. They would all say, it's like, no, you're going to go last because we want to actually at least have a chance to fight. It's like, spoil sports, all right. So instead, I think it's going to be Gohan testing himself out. Gohan, I think, would be smart enough to be able to take on Botamo and beat Botamo. Figuring out, kind of like how Goku did. So it takes out Botama. Then Frost comes in. And Frost, I think, gives Gohan a little bit of... Because Gohan's trying to train himself back up at this point, but he's nowhere near what he should be. But I do think when he goes Super Saiyan, he will be stronger than Frost. But Frost's needles will get a hold of him, and, will get a hold of him. He'll be struck by the needles. So at that point, So at that point, he will... he'll go down. Piccolo comes in and goes down. But then they see the needles. And because Boo's not in this, it's got to be now just... It's got to be... let's see. Oh, crap. It was Goku... Wow. Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, Boo, and Monaka. That's right. Boo's gone. Monaka's there. So, yeah, now it's just Vegeta. Vegeta just wrecks his shop after that. Pretty much is able to solidly take on Magirna without much issue. Maybe just go Super Saiyan, doesn't have to go Super Saiyan Blue. Now with Hit, we haven't seen the Hit fight. He hasn't. So now, granted, he's a lot stronger than Goku or Vegeta, so he's going to be able to take hits a lot easier. Hits, and he's going to figure it out pretty quickly, I imagine. And I do imagine after he figures it out, he's just going to wail on him. Just boom to it, and then they're gonna go all out against each other. Vegeta's just gonna go Super Saiyan for starters, and completely wail on Hit. But Hit's timely's gonna get more and more effective. Then he goes Super Saiyan Blue, and I think at that point he's able to keep up with the 1 second time leap. But that means Hit's gonna keep improving. So then we're going to get maybe to the 2 second marker, 3 second marker. And then at that point, it's like now Vegeta's it's just huffing. But then it's like, Kaioken! Times 10! I think Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue is somewhere in the neighborhood of like 7 to 8% of Beerus. So that means we're looking at 80% of Beerus' power. And that just completely kicks the crap out of Hit. I mean, Hit can't come back from that, honestly, I don't think. So I think Universe 6 just automatically wins without Monaka having to fight. So and they get the wish, gets the a new planet Earth, all that. Cut to the Goku Black arc. Now, see, when I do the future arcs, future Trunk stuff, it's oftentimes debating whether or not I feel that the present timeline I'm talking about affects the Trunks timeline. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. I'm going to say that it doesn't. We're still going to have a Goku Black. We're not going to have a Vegito Black. We're going to have a Goku Black scenario here. So Goku Black will show up. And then that happens. Trunks goes in. And at first he sees Vegito and he's about to, attack him. And then he stops him. He's like, whoa. It's like, what's the deal with this? Like, wait. And then he realizes what happened. And they explain what happened. It's like, wow, so you're that much stronger than my father. You're not that much stronger. It's like, yes, I am. Let's have a spar. And then Vegeta barely goes Super Saiyan to beat Trunks. He does that and then beats him and all that. So Goku Black shows up. It's like, so you're And then he realizes, no, it's like, yeah, no, not quite. And then he hears the voice and realizes, wait, what's this? And it's like, and then he notices his ears like, you mortal scum. He's like, well then, I guess I'm just going to have to test my power out on you. And then boom. And then Vegeta's like, no. Boom. And just wrecks Black. Base form Vegito could wreck Goku Black's shit. But I'm a level clear. I'm not talking about Fuse Zamasu. I'm not even talking about Super Saiyan Rose Black. I'm talking about the Black that comes in there would Vegito would wreck his shit. There is nothing even about that fight whatsoever. Period. End of story. Because, let's be clear, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito was really, actually, I mean, it was one of the best moments in that entire arc. Pretty much the best moment in that entire arc was Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. He was really taking it to fuse Zamasu. It wasn't for the fact that fuse Zamasu was still technically immortal and that their power was so great that it actually unfused them. They might have actually won that fight in terms of just the pure fight of it. But no, so in terms of just base form, and this is pretty much the weakest form of Black we have in the series, I would actually be willing to bet he might kill Black. Well, no, I don't think he'd kill Black the first time around because he wants to test himself against this Black character. And as he sees as the fight's going on, Black's improving, and he's giving him a better and better fight, but he's still overall more powerful than Black by a long shot. Like, again, let's say if Black stands at if Vegito's a 10, Black right at this point in the series would probably be a 6, maybe 6.5, including the improvement. And this is base form Vegito, let's be clear. Base form Vegito. So he's able to, and he goes back to the blast, and he is his shot just got wrecked. He's talking about this. So now they go to the future. It's Vegito and Trunks. And now it's like, yes, it's like, I think I'll call it Super Saiyan Rose. It's like, yeah, I got a Super Saiyan form too, you know. Yeah, boom. So that happens. And so the Super Saiyan Vegito measure up to Super Saiyan Rose. Well, seeing as it's more or less just his version of Super Saiyan, we gotta go by the 50 times multiplier. And let's say that at this point, Rose is, or Goku Black is about 7 out of 10 to Vegito's 10, base-wise. Maybe even 8. That would put him at 400, whereas Vegito stands at 500. But let's be clear, that's just Super Saiyan Vegito. So they're going, and Vegeto's still holding the edge, but he says, like, you're definitely strong. And then he goes the blades, like, ah! It's like, yes, and I'm getting stronger by the minute. Yeah, and so at this point now, Vegito realizes, yeah, this isn't going to fly. So he goes Super Saiyan 2, doubles his power, and even Goku Black's just like, it's like, that power. It's like, yeah, this is even the strongest I can go, bro. And then just starts wrecking Goku's Black ship. Then Zamasu shows up. He talks about being immortal and stuff like that. It's like, so, it's like, what? Where's Goku? It's like, no, he explains to Zamasu that they fuse. And it's like, you instant immortal. You think your fused power can's like, I'm sorry, what's that? And then just boom, boom, boom. And then, despite being immortal, here's the thing. Apparently, Zamasu really doesn't feel that much pain. He doesn't really feel pain, but I think he does feel discomfort. Like when Goku did do that, you know, boom, just knuckle smashed him in the face. That did kind of discomfort him. So I think he can feel pain on a certain level, just really not that much. But then it's like, boom, it's like, sorry, you're not paying attention. So they do. It's like, then he notices, like, then Vegito, being smart, notices they're about after a while that okay, how am I? I'm starting to get a little, I'm starting to get rush and flub over my words. After a while, and maybe even Super Saiyan 3 Goku still doesn't go Super Saiyan Blue because he knows that he doesn't have to yet. Goes Super Saiyan 3, shakes the world, and these guys are now just getting their ass handed. Even if Goku Black is getting stronger, he's still nowhere near on this level. So now it's like, we'll show you what happens when you mess with, and then all of a sudden one of the earrings, that they're about to take the earrings, suddenly Vegito just, because he can do that too, those little energy finger blasts, just blast the earrings out. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, were you about to fuse? It looked like you're about to fuse. Because you're immortal and you're a Super Saiyan version of alternate version of Goku, I can't let that happen. So now they don't have their earrings. So now they're thinking, it's like, well, he's the only one with the earrings, and there's no way we can get to him. This wasn't in the plan, and then Goku just Kamehameha, and Goku suddenly just finally says, fuck it, goes Super Saiyan Blue. I said Goku, Vegito. And then Kamehameha is like, yeah, what are we going to do now? This wasn't in the plan. And then just, and right in front of Goku Black, who's not immortal, and says, yeah, no, it was part of my plan. And then just incinerates Goku Black. I think Goku Black is dead and buried. Now, Zamasu's still there, and he's immortal, so he can't die. That said, he also does not have anywhere near the power to take on Vegito at this point. Plus, with a Kaioken still waiting in the wings. So, yeah, now Zamatsu's like, and then Goku just grabs and like, Trunks, we're going back to our timeline. I think that's, and you remember we can't kill him, but maybe we can do something else with him. It's like, what? And then just, we go back to the time machine, just, and it's like, yeah, this guy, go out, and it goes back to like with like Whis or something like that. So, actually, no, honestly, what he would do, take him back to the present, Beerus, this guy's immortal. I can't do anything with him. It's like, so you, it's like, Dokudu Kaki, Hakai, and then you can kill an immortal. A god of destruction can kill an immortal. So Zamasu gets destroyed. So the future gets saved. With Vegito around, who can't unfuse, the future gets saved. Zamasu gets wrecked. And basically they go and deal with the present Zamasu, as it were. So, fast forward to the universe survival arc. It's actually the same. It's Vegito, Gohan, and Boo. Those two fights go to Saiyan. Vegito doesn't even, again, have to go Super Saiyan. And, well, they tell him not to hold back. Yeah, they tell him not to hold back, so he completely kicks the crap out of Bergamo. The Topo fight would be interesting. Now I think Topo is strong enough at that he could easily take on a base form Vegito. Super Saiyan Vegito, I think they'd relatively be tied. Vegito might have the edge, but I think they'd still be tied. I think in terms of power, from what we've seen, Topo isn't in trouble until Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 2. At that point, if Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 2, he starts to hold the edge over Topo. So that fight would be interesting, but Vegeta would be overall winning. And then we cut to them gathering. And obviously, the Universe Survival arc has only or tournament itself will actually legitimately start next episode, so I can't really go into that. But in terms of the fighters, we are down some people. So we're down Goku and we're down Vegeta. Now, they make one extra fighter, but we're still down a 10th fighter. So, and Boo's going to actually be out too, because Boo's going to end up falling asleep. So we're going to be short 2 fighters. So who's the initial person they find besides Boo and Frieza? So I think Frieza's probably going to actually have to end up in the arc. But who is the other one? Well, Yamcha wanted to fight. Why not Yamcha? He's bar none the weakest guy on that team. But Yamcha, and he'll probably win the first out of Universe 7. So, Yamcha. I think Yamcha does get his time to shine, as briefly as it will be. So, yeah. That's what I think, leading up to the Universe Survival arc, that's what I think would happen if Vegito did not unfuse. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, superhero, what if, magic, Dragon Ball, anything I do on the channel, put in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to it at some point. I got a review for Baby Driver coming out later tonight, and I got a who would win. I can't remember who it was suggested to, but it's Martian Manhunter versus The Vision. So that's going to be this week's. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.